So do you think cryptocurrencies still act as a financial services disintermediator after the latest scandal in Bitcoin? It sounds like you don't, but can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, of course it doesn't. The issue with cryptocurrencies, I have to lay this onto the media, of course, not Boom Bust, because you're stand-up show, but the media in general doesn't seem to understand the value proposition of cryptocurrencies. If you take Bitcoin, for instance, Bitcoin is a protocol-driven value transfer ecosystem. It's like the internet, where this internet was a protocol-driven information transfer system. On top of this value transfer system, protocol-driven, which is Bitcoin, you have applications that could be written, with the first application being digital currency. But there are many other applications that could be written. My company, Veritasium, has written a value trading application that replicates basically Wall Street. So you can trade value, 45,000 tickers, stocks, bonds, commodities, metals, basically any arbitrary expression of value. That is written on top of the Bitcoin system. That is what Bitcoin is. You also have the ability to trade identities, privacy, anything. But when the media looks at Bitcoin, they take the first application, they call it digital currency, and then they harp on its limitations. That's like taking the internet and harping on FTP, File Transfer Protocol, and saying, well, it's capable of transferring files, but it doesn't play music as well as a LP or a vinyl record or a CD. Well, of course not, but that's one application, and application doesn't fit the task at hand. If you take a look at the internet as a whole, and the World Wide Web, which is written on top of the internet as a whole, and YouTube and Facebook and Google Docs and Google Search and all the other myriad deep applications that are written through and on the web, you see the internet is basically the dawn of a new time for mankind. And I think I could say that without exaggeration. And I'm willing to say that the Bitcoin protocol, decentralized consensus decision-making, is a dawn of a new time for mankind in terms of value transfer, in comparison to the internet, which was information transfer. Before the internet, before Bitcoin, none of this was possible, especially at a grand scale with such low costs.
And what are the upcoming and best cryptocurrency transactional capabilities that your own Ultracoin and others are now taking on besides just payments?
Well, you have payments, okay? You have value transfer. You have basically brokerage and transactional services. So you have the Veritasium's Ultracoin, which takes on all of Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, et cetera. Cheaper, more secure, more transparent. You have identity. You have documentation services, such as there are applications that allow you to timestamp an occurrence or an item and have a proof of existence. You could put it in the blockchain, and it's there ad infinitum, forever, proven, without a third party needed to be trusted. You have other distributed applications, such as file sharing. There's a company called Storage, which is working on basically a distributed consensus-driven version of Dropbox, where you have unlimited storage and you can get paid for your idle space. And that space is think of Dropbox mixed with Pirate Bay. And probably the most exciting things are the things that haven't been discovered yet. You have Ethereum that's been ported by IBM, basically to connect to the Internet of Things, to run physical objects through the Internet without having to upkeep any single individual or entity having to upkeep the software. So your refrigerator works with your stove, works with your car, works with your heating system, works with your doorbell, right, through the blockchain and through the Internet, and it updates and keeps itself running without IBM having to be personally responsible for it as a third party or trusted entity. Those are just a few. One exciting parameter is what we call TradeNet, the ability for all things that are connected through the blockchain to negotiate with each other. So if we're driving a car, I'm late, I'm trying to get to Midtown Manhattan from Long Island, I can put a bid to the next 30 cars in front of me. I will give you $5.50 if you let me get ahead of you. Each car can accept the bid or reject it. Say they accept it for $4.45, $5, and then my car negotiates itself through traffic, allowing other cars to get Other cards let me ahead, and they can do it for a net rate of, say, $50. Okay, the cars who are not in a rush get paid. The car that is a rush pays, but is able to get ahead. These cars could be negotiating themselves because now you have self-driving cars, such as Google. So now you have a self-driving car, you have a car that can negotiate its way through traffic to an emergency situation, such as a hospital, through tunnels, etc. You know, the possibilities are endless. And if you think about it, the ability to transact without trusting a